Jackie, joining us now from the other side of the aisle, Democratic Congressman from Massachusetts, a member of the House Financial Services and Transportation and Infrastructure Committees, Jake Auchincloss. He also serves on the new House Select Committee on China. Congressman, thank you for taking time. We are obviously watching this spy balloon floating. We have our most recent pictures, you can see, from North Carolina. We believe it's moved from there. We're working to get up a live shot from South Carolina, where we have cameras. We're not sure exactly where it's going. It's been 24 hours since the Pentagon told us where exactly it is. We're following that. But Congressman, let me ask you, because Andy Barr is a colleague of yours now on this new China committee, and he's talking about bipartisanship. What are your thoughts as we watch this and track this balloon?
First and foremost, the Chinese Communist Party should not be allowed to enter U.S. airspace, to break international law, and certainly to surveil sensitive sites. And there needs to be accountability for that and a proportionate response. I agree with Representative Barr that we need a sound strategy for competing with the Chinese Communist Party in the 21st century that rises above partisan politics. That's why I'm excited, as one of the youngest members of Congress, as a veteran, to be on this Select Committee on China, so I can work with Democrats and Republicans to ensure that we outcompete the Chinese Communist Party and protect both American interests and project American values.
As a combat veteran, Congressman, you can appreciate this question. We were told, obviously, by the Pentagon they didn't shoot it down over Montana because of the potential debris field, which could have been hundreds of miles in the danger it could pose. But if this balloon does now track in the coming hours over South Carolina and out over water, they may have a shot that reduces casualties and collateral damage. Should they take it if they have it?
Every mission, from when you're a second lieutenant all the way up to when you're chairman of the Joint Chiefs, is going to have an operational risk matrix. They're going to look at force protection versus the objective of the mission and try to balance those two prerogatives. And that seems to be what the Pentagon's doing right now. They're looking at the imperative to protect civilians on the ground, but also, of course, the necessity of defending U.S. airspace and preventing any surveillance by the Chinese Communist Party. I see no reason not to have confidence to date that the Pentagon is going to take action as appropriate to resolve this situation.
Is bringing it down at some point appropriate?
Provided that we can ensure that there's not going to be any civilian fatalities or any force protection issues, it's certainly within the rights of the United States to do that. I'm not going to peer over their shoulder while they're in real-time decision-making mode. Congress's role is oversight, and every mission that the military does is going to have an after action, and Congress is going to be a part of that for sure. But I know that, you know, when I was out on patrol as a lieutenant or a captain, the last thing you want is your decisions second-guessed in real time. And so until or unless they give us any reason to not have confidence in their actions, I think they're doing the right thing.
And let's talk about the committee. You're one of the leaders now on this new Select China committee. What does this incident now mean for that? Can we expect hearings? What do you want to know?
It underscores the dysfunctionality of the relationship between the two largest, most powerful nations in the world. And we need to carve out a sophisticated, sound strategy going forward. There are areas where we're going to have to manage conflict on the South China Sea, at the Taiwan Straits, with their intrusion of U.S. airspace. There are areas where we're going to want to compete, whether it's investments in Africa and Latin America and in Southeast Asia. And there's areas where we may need to collaborate, like with climate action and global public health. It is a nation of 1.4 billion people, and it's going to require nuance and thoughtfulness. And I'm optimistic that this committee is up to the task.
And as we are showing our viewers pictures, this is from earlier, you're seeing on your screen next to Congressman Auchincloss, but the picture now that's up is our live camera in Myrtle Beach. The balloon has not entered there, according to our team on the ground there, but we believe there is a chance we could do it. Congressman, I want to ask you a little bit as we wait to see if it's going to go over there. It's been, as I mentioned, 24 hours since the Pentagon gave us an update. Do the American people deserve a little more transparency in knowing where this balloon is?
Yeah, I mean, I think when a foreign actor has aircraft over United States airspace, the American people always deserve transparency and accountability. And the Biden administration to date has delivered a proportionate response, and I expect them to continue to communicate with the American people. I'd also just point out here that the actor that looks weak and incompetent right now is actually the Chinese Communist Party. I mean, the first rule of covert surveillance is don't get caught. And second, they can't even control this thing and are looking like they've got their hands up in the air saying, we don't know what to do next. This is a deeply unimpressive display of the projection of power by the Chinese Communist Party right now.
But are they potentially testing us to see what our response might be?
Yeah, I'm not going to try to get inside the head of the Politburo right now. What I will say, though, is the United States always needs to respond with strength, as we have seen with President Trump's disastrous appeasement of Vladimir Putin. It only invites aggression. And when President Biden has stood up to Vladimir Putin in Ukraine, we have seen that we can rally the West, we can rally our East Asian allies, and underscore the strength of American values and of American power.
Congressman Jake Auchincloss, thank you for your time as we continue to monitor this. We appreciate it. Thank you much.